Let me tell you all about my first ever boyfriend and how I was like in love with his best friend the whole time. Okay, so for my first boyfriend was when I was a sophomore in high school. And I had a few classes with him. That's how we met. And we kind of started talking. And he added me on Snapchat. I specifically remember having him in my biology class. And this will come into play later in the story. So just keep that in mind. But, you know, we hit it off, we started talking, and then homecoming was right around the corner. So we had, like, some mutual friends, and, like, he got his mutual friends to, like, or, like, our mutual friends to, like, help him create, like, a poster and stuff for me to ask me to homecoming. So I planned to go to homecoming with him. And, you know, it wasn't, like, we both had, like, guy friends and girlfriends, so it didn't really matter. So his best friend, we'll call him Johnny. And so, like, I always kind of had Johnny on Snapchat. We just didn't really talk much. And then he started texting me when I started going out with his best friend, you know? And he was like, oh my gosh, like, congrats to y'all. I'm so happy. Like, he's been talking about you for a while now. And I was like, okay, slay. And we just, like, immediately, like, clicked really well and became, like, good friends until a certain event happened. And so basically what happened was my boyfriend's best friend, Johnny, like, went through, like, a really hard time. He had, like, a really nasty breakup with his girlfriend at the time. And I was helping him. Like, he would talk to me about it. And I would help him. And because of, like, me helping him and just, like, us talking, like, it was very, like, a vulnerable place. Like, I started catching feelings for him. And I knew that he started catching feelings for me, too. But it's like, I'm still dating his best friend, okay? And now he's single. So whenever I would, you know, meet up with, like, my boyfriend in the hallways and stuff, he would always, like, come up to me and, like, hug me in front of my boyfriend. And remember, they're best friends. My boyfriend would get mad at him and be like, what the f, Johnny? Like, what? Are you serious right now? And they would, like, start having, like, a little fighting fest. And, like, I would just walk away because I'm like, I don't even know right now. But I didn't realize, like, I was super, like, into him until homecoming came around. So homecoming comes around and we all meet at Johnny's house, okay? And it was just, like, it was a huge group of us. Like, I went in, like, a huge group. And Johnny's sister had, like, planned everything. And she was, like, super particular about her plans. So we, like, went to this really nice restaurant. And we were all together. But Johnny wasn't going to homecoming. Like, he was going somewhere after that. So, I don't know. But we all met there. And then we all went to dinner together. And then Johnny just, like, left from there, if that makes sense. So, tell me why this entire day, Johnny's, like, hitting on me in front of my boyfriend and his best friend. And I'm like, what is going on right now? And everybody else, like, all my girlfriends who were there, like, literally knew. Like, they pulled me into the bathroom and they were like, why is he, like, hitting on you so much? Like, I'm confused. Like, because he was saying stuff like, when we got to dinner, he was like, well, you already have your dessert right there, to my boyfriend, like, talking about me. And so I was like, okay, hold on, what the and I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't freaking know. And so he kept doing that all night, and I could tell my boyfriend was, like, uncomfortable, but I was like, whatever, it's fine. And so then, you know, we go out and we take pictures after this, and then Johnny leaves and we go into homecoming, like, the actual homecoming at the school. And so the whole time at homecoming, my boyfriend was, like, trying to, like, throw, like, a pity party for himself, and, like, the German foreign exchange students were there at this time of the year. They were all super cool, like, they were really nice people. It was, like, really nice to talk to them and stuff. But then he kept telling me that, like, this German foreign exchange student, like, knew a secret about him. And I was like, seriously, we're not doing that. We're not doing this again. We're not doing this again. Okay, go to part 2. Yeah, so anyway, he kept telling me that this German foreign exchange student knew, like, a secret about him. And I was just like, boy, like, whatever. But the entire night I was just like, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Like, I will like you either way. You know that. Anyway, so then we had, like, there was, like, the downstairs area, and then there was, like, upstairs where you could get, like, food and drinks. And so we went upstairs to get some water or whatever, and we sit down at, like, because I had, like, a few tables up there, and he tries to kiss me. And I was just like, no freaking way. So I imagine him leaning in like this, right? And then I just go and I swerve it. And then he didn't try again, which I was like, okay, good, because I'm not about to kiss you. And so then he takes me home that night, and, you know, we were together for, like, a little while longer. But then I remember the biology class I had with him. So in biology, the this girl that would like sleep with everybody at the school, like sat in front of him. And I was like uncomfortable with that because I sat on the other side of the class and she sat like right in front of him. And she would always like turn around and like be touching his hair and like throwing stuff on his desk. And I literally told him, I was like, I'm not comfortable with that. Like, if we're dating, why is she flirting with you? And another thing is like, he had like football and like wrestling. So tell me why after he would get done, like, cause he would have to stay after school for that, he would take her home. And I'm like, are you freaking loony? Are you loony? Because you don't do that. Like, what? And especially not her. Like, I'm sorry. Like, pick somebody else. Seriously? But they would flirt all the time. And then, it would get on my nerves. And then he would be the one mad at me then he started getting mad at me for my guy friends. And I was like, okay, so what are you doing? What did you do with her? Because it wasn't like this before. So you did something and now you're feeling guilty and you feel like I'm going to do you like that. And so then we're dating for like a little while longer. Then this one night, all of these friends that I have are telling me like, oh, he cheated, your ex cheated, not my ex, my boyfriend, he cheated on you. And I was like, I just thought they were lying or they're just trying to like make me mad or whatever. And I was like, whatever, like I'll see it when I believe it, like yada, 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 right? Well, he did cheat. Oh, I found that out. He sent news to another girl. And so anyway, obviously after that, I broke up with him. Because at this point we had only been dating a month and a half. We'd never kissed. The only time we hung out, like, and did anything outside of like school was homecoming. So like, I really didn't care. Like, I didn't have like full on like strong feelings for him. Like, I wasn't in love with him, like, you know, whatever. So I didn't really care. I was just like, you're lost, like, whatever. And I remember I went on vacation right after that and I was like trying to make him jealous and stuff. And I was like posting pictures on my story and he was just like, I miss you so much. Okay, well, you should have thought about that before you cheated. Yeah. And so, then this one girl that he starts dating, she starts talking to me. First, she comments on my Instagram picture and she starts DMing me and we become like super close, okay? And this was like in 2019, by the way. So we're friends for a while. We're hitting it off. Like, we were just really good friends. We got along really well. Well, then like 5 or 6 months later, she comes up to me and she's like, I felt really bad for not telling you this, but I'm actually the girl that your ex cheated on you with. And I was like, you're what? You're what? What? And this whole time you were pretending like to be my friend and you didn't know who I was and you were like validating my experience and I was validating yours and you were, what is going on? And it was just crazy. So then after that, you remember Johnny? So we would text and stuff and then he like disappeared for a week and then I got really worried about him. But then he like was always bad with like attendance and he like didn't show up to school and stuff. He ended up getting back with his ex-girlfriend, okay? And then they broke up again. But by the time they broke up, I was dating my second boyfriend, the one who I dated for 2 years and the one that like me and my friend catfished. Yeah, him. So then we stopped talking. Like, our timing was never right. It was never right. And I haven't talked to him like since high school. I did have a class my senior year with him. And he tried to be my partner a lot of times. And I kind of pushed him off to the side because at that time I was still dating my ex. And I was like worried that my ex was going to like come and fight him if he found out I was talking to him. Because I had people around the school watching me to make sure I wasn't talking to guys. And I was like, I'm not about to like risk your safety. And then every like once in a while after that, my first boyfriend cheated on me, he would hit me up and be like, I miss you, like whatever. And you remember when those stupid like YOLO things were super popping on Snapchat? He would like, cause they were like anonymous, he would comment on there and he'd be like, I miss you so much, like you mean so much to me. It hurts so bad right now, but I hope one day I'll get my chance again. Like, boy, you won't ever get your chance again. You should have thought about that before you cheated. So yeah, I don't know, but I hope you all enjoyed this story time. And have a great day, and I love you.